moment, challenges and decisions that shape who we have become. Today I'm joined by Cherif Medawar, commercial real estate investor, bestseller author, capital raising strategist, and mentor helping investors structure smarter deal and raise capital with confidence. Cherif work out focuses on simplifying real estate investing so that anyone can move from interest to action using practical, ethical, and strategic framework. It's really a pleasure having you on the show, Sharif.
Thank you so much for having me. Love it.
Thank you. It's a pleasure. So, Sharif, what were some of the challenges or choices that shape you into who you have become today?
Well, really, I was inspired by seeing some family members in real estate, and I was new in the United States. I had immigrated from Egypt,
Hmm.
and I just was learning a hotel business, and I was working at a hotel in Los Angeles, California. And then a very wealthy gentleman, because it was a very nice hotel, 5-star, 5 diamond Westin hotel. He approached me in the lobby one day and he said, "You're working so hard. I see you from 6 a.m. to 11, 12 midnight. Why are you working so hard?" I said, "I want to become a general manager." And he said, "Wait a minute, come and work for me. I have real estate. I need somebody with your level of enthusiasm and energy. Come with me and you will see things and you will learn things you cannot learn in any university in the world." Changed my life. So that was the opportunity.
Wow.
The challenge was to learn how to make it happen in real estate, how to make it happen in the world of finance and running bigger projects and real estate investing and financing. So it's been a good journey. Every challenge was an opportunity to grow.
Wow, that was really amazing. Being that you actually put your heart to work and owing to your diligence, someone just saw you from ahead, hearing your goals, and actually want to hire you. During that period when you're actually more like working for close to 15 hours, yeah, let's say
Yes.
15 up to 40 hours, what was it like? Did you feel energized every now and then owing to the goals, or did you feel more like a bit depressed owing to the work ethic?
Oh my God, I loved my work. I couldn't believe
Hmm.
that I had the opportunity to work in a big hotel like this and be among
Oh.
movie stars would show up in the hotel. And I was a kid. I would see Muhammad Ali. I would see
Oh.
Charles Bronson. I mean, I would see these, and then all of a sudden, we were not allowed to ask him for autograph because we worked in the hotel. But I would be just so impressed with the opportunity. And I took classes at night in University of California in Los Angeles
Hmm.
to improve my skills and my language and all this because I had a heavy accent. But I remember the only person that I asked for autograph and I said, "I don't care, I have to get his autograph," was Muhammad. And I was working in the restaurant that day and he came in with his bodyguards. And he had Parkinson's disease. Even this is in the 80s, early 80s. And he was shaking
Yeah.
like this. And so I put him at the entrance of the restaurant. It was called Cafe Plaza at the Century Plaza Hotel. And he sat down and his bodyguards. And the funny thing is, every person coming into the restaurant will be like, "Hi, it will be table for two." And then they see him and they go, everybody, like Muhammad Ali, everybody knew who he was. And then I went to him and I said, I'm sorry to ask you, I'm not supposed to do that as a hotel employee here, but can I have your autograph? I used to watch you when I was a little kid in Egypt. He said, "I've been to Egypt." And he took a pen and with his hand shaking, he just wrote, "The good deeds you do on earth will reserve your room in heaven." Because I'm working in the hotel
Hmm.
business. Never forgot it.
Amazing, amazing. I know that would have inspired you to actually more like, yeah, do more and do
Yes.
good things so that your room in heaven will be reserved.
You know what was inspiring is every guest that came in that was very wealthy, if I had a chance to talk to them a little bit, especially in the restaurant, I would say, "So, do you mind if I ask you what do you do?" And like 8 out of 10 were in real estate.
Good.
Even those that did not make their money in real estate preserved their wealth in real estate. So I understood why people want to be in real estate. I mean, it's just
Hmm.
one of the best things you could do. And of course, different places have different opportunities. You can take
Yeah.
places and work with the government and see what incentives they have to help you develop something, or maybe people can, if the banks don't want to give you loans, like in Egypt, it's very hard to get loans. In France, the loans are very high interest rates. In Mexico, I've been around the world. But sometimes you can get a group of investors together and then you can make a deal happen. So every place you just have to see what are the challenges, and that's exactly where the opportunities are.
We are the challenges, and that's where the opportunity are. Wow, amazing. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for sharing that insight.
Yes,
It's
sir.
really
Thank you.
lovely. So you mentioned geography as the word that actually shaped you.
Yes.
How did that influence your thinking about wealth and opportunity?
So one of the most fascinating things when I worked for the billionaire, his name is Edmond Baysari, is that I noticed that no matter where he is around the world, because he used to travel a lot, he could call me and say, I want this done, I want this sent over here, I want this sent over there. And this is a time before the internet. We should send stuff by mail and all this. So I realized that in the physical universe, you have distance, okay? You have space, you have energy, you have matter, which is the money, and you have effort, you know? So I figured if I can actually manage things from a distance, I can grow very well. So I started understanding what is it that I'm trying to accomplish from a distance. It's because he had me go sit in a resort in the Midwest, in a state called Wisconsin. But then he would ask me to go to France and do something. He asked me to go over to New York and do something. And so I had to talk to the staff. And what he would ask me to do, I would have to ask others. So you see, so I started learning how to delegate to the right people in the right way, with the right incentives, and give them the right rewards or the right feedback to make them improve. And I started realizing that you can accomplish so much more if you know how to do it from a distance. So geography becomes less important, but systems and good communication and rapport with people was more important.
Wow. System and good rapport with people become more important. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much. So for someone new to real estate investing, what is the first mindset shift they need to make?
First mindset is where is the need and where can I go and be creative about it. So let's say any part in the world, and I like to speak. I spoke one time actually on the TV in Nigeria. I was interviewed. I don't know how they found me. They said, would you like to be on a call? And we talked. And I was talking about how Nigeria was growing because I did some research and I saw a lot of American companies go there to open stores, clothing stores, food stores, like fast food places. So imagine the opportunity. You're walking or you're driving by somewhere and you see this standalone building, one building by itself. So you tell the seller, it's sitting vacant, I would like to buy it. But then you start contacting American companies, European companies that want to come in and open their store, their food store. And they say, yes, we want to come in and lease it or buy it from you. So now if you have it under contract, you can get the tenant that want to lease for long term, and that increases the value of the building. At that point, you control the building and you have the tenant want to come in, you can sell it to a rich person. You can get partners to come in with you. So the idea is to create something out of nothing. This is like almost a spiritual world. What's the spiritual world? It's from nothing came something. In the beginning, there was nothing. Something came. That's the spirit. And then the physical world happened, which is all the efforts and time and space and energy, you know? So when you're able to put these deals together, it's phenomenal. It's really very profitable. A friend of mine went and he went to the Middle East and he was looking for opportunities. And he found that big American companies and European companies want to come in and lease spaces for data centers, for the expansion of AI and technology. So he talked to people that had spaces. And the people said, I'm going to rent it to you for so much. So he had the right to sub-rent. That means he can rent for, let's say, $5,000 a month. I'll use the US dollar. And he talked to the American company, said, come in, but I want you to pay me $12,000 a month. They said, we'll pay you 10. So now he's going to be collecting 10,000. And the person that was in the country that has that location is an older guy. He doesn't know, he owned it for a long time. $5,000 is fantastic for him. And he is now subleasing or sub-renting at $10,000. This is an opportunity that he made money from nothing. You can't do that in other things. In other things, I can't sell you nothing. I have to sell you something. But I can become a salesman and make a commission, like people that broker real estate or real estate agents that say, okay, you want to buy, I have somebody who want to sell, and they make a commission. But to be in the middle as an investor and create deals from nothing, that's how you can create a lot of wealth.
Creating something from nothing. And I think the scripture just speaks volume for me in the beginning. A whole lot of things was being created out of the void, out of everything. It's really amazing just hearing that particular part coming to me. So many people actually want to invest, but fees head back owing to capital. How can someone start with small resources?
With small resources, one of the best ways is to get knowledge, because knowledge, and when you have the knowledge, you make yourself attractive to people with money.
Yeah.
Because what's more important, if I give you money or if I give you knowledge? Either way, if you have the knowledge, you need the money to do something. And if you have the money, you need the knowledge to do something. Otherwise, you lose the money. And the knowledge, you can have a lot of knowledge, but if you don't have money, you can take action. So the key thing, if somebody has the knowledge, he can attract somebody with money. So how do they bring that person? Is networking, is talking to people and meeting people. So I found out that there are three things needed in life. You need knowledge. The next thing, you need to take action, because a lot of knowledge without action, you're not going to go far. You got to go find the deals. You got to go find the money, find the opportunities, find the tenants that are going to rent. So if you have the knowledge and you're willing to take action, the next thing that's going to make you successful is to network, to go meet the right people. Why would the right people be interested in you? Because you have knowledge. You know that this deal is for sale. You know that this tenant wants to rent here. And you're taking the action. So they say, I'm going to work with you. I'm going to give you a big commission. I'm going to give you a percentage. I'm going to make you partner with me. That's how it happened with me. This guy saw, this billionaire in Montbessari saw that I was working around the clock. And he said, that guy's taking a lot of action. And he knows hotel business. So he came to me, he said, I see everybody likes you. Everybody reacts well to you. And you're working hard. You remind me when I was a kid and trying to make money. Now I have money. That's why I'm a hotel guest here. Come and work for me. I'm going to give you a chance. And let's see if you're going to work hard, you're going to learn quickly. And I am your network. I am your connection. I'll give you the shortcut in life. But help me, because I don't want to be in this resort. I don't want to be in this project. You go talk to people. I said, I don't know what to tell them. I thank you for your trust, but I'm scared. And he said, come on, have confidence in yourself. He said, I have more confidence in you than you have in yourself. I said, you know what? Wow. I have confidence in God that he put me in the right place, confidence in him, and confidence in myself. I'm going to have to go and trust that is the right step forward. And even though it's uncomfortable, my confidence will push me through. And as I grow, I will learn. And as I learn, I will grow. And you cannot grow unless you contribute. So you find the knowledge, the action, and the actual networking will increase your luck. And what do we need in life? We need in life three things, really. Judgment, good judgment, so I can make good decisions coming from knowledge, right? I need good skills. The skills come with taking action. And the next thing, I need to be a little bit lucky. Luck comes from the networking, meeting the right people. See my point? So this is, how it happened for me. And the journey was not always successful. I had a little hard time. I had to figure out things. You have some people that get jealous of you, want to fight you. People talk behind your back. People promise you things and don't deliver. But you have to have faith that you're going to succeed. And the people that want to become rich, become successful, they have to learn how to have things. Why would somebody who can have stops want to have? Why the person used to have a wife or a girlfriend doesn't want to? Why the person used to have a job is trying to avoid it? Because if you have and you're lost, sometimes you're very apprehensive. You're very scared to have again because there was a problem. So you have to not be afraid of losing. You have to approach winning and losing with the same level of enthusiasm and work hard not to lose. But if you lose, that's okay. How can I turn it to my advantage? Not how can I cry? How can I be a victim?
So true.
It happens. People get married and the spouse cheats, and people make a business and they lose the money. It's okay. You're still alive. You say, thank God I'm still alive. Let's do another deal. Let's make and ask questions, etc.
Yeah, believe in yourself, and that was really very, very key. Being that you show fear when the opportunity was being given, and thank God for the trust and the fact that he saw his younger self in you, and you were like, "Oh, you can do it. You just have to believe in yourself." That was really amazing. So, what are the biggest mistake people make when raising capitals?
When raising capital from people and raising money, the biggest mistake is they overpromise. They need to be realistic to raise money with integrity, with honesty, and say, here is the deal. Here's what I'm going to do. I think we're going to do this and this. I would love for you to participate. We're going to have 4 or 5 people coming in. I would love for you to be investor in it. And if not, tell me who may be interested. So you don't create an enemy out of it, because you don't want to see people trying to avoid you because you're always asking for money. But if you're bringing opportunities and you're showing them that the risk will be reduced, but there is always risk, but it's reduced because there's 4, 5, 6 people in it, it's going to work out well. And once people make the deal with you, don't overpromise and underdeliver. Just tell them, this is what I'm going to do. This is the reality. Disclose everything. Tell them the truth. And when they're going to make money with you once, they're going to come back for more. If you overpromise and then underdeliver, even if you deliver just a little bit less money than you did, but they still did well, they're going to be like, but that's not what you told me. You see, then you lose that customer. So it's a big mistake to not speak with complete honesty about what you know about the deal. This way you build good rapport with people, because that's how you can build long-lasting relationships with people. If you think of your life, anybody of us, whatever happened to you was based on meeting somebody. Somebody gave you an idea, gave you an opportunity, blocked you. So who you know and how you deal with them and how they know you, how they perceive you, is almost 50% of life. You can do everything right, but meet one wrong person, they steal the thing from you. Your spouse, your business, your life, your building. You have to be very careful who to be with.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. I think this is really key, being ethical when you're doing that and be so very plain. And I think this speaks volumes too, even when it comes to delivering your job. When you under promise sometimes, most times, and over deliver, yeah, it puts in a better place other than over promise and under deliver, being that people are going to hold you by your words. And yeah,
Very true. Very
amazing,
true.
amazing. Yeah, so how can investors move from small deals to larger deals to more scalable investment?
So once somebody starts with a small deal successfully, the second best way is to use cautiously some leverage. The leverage is borrowing money. Okay, so I can put 20% of the deal cash and I can get somebody to give me 80%, whether it's a bank, some lender, some friends. And there are two ways to get the money. You can get it as equity or as debt. As debt, meaning they put the money and you pay them a fixed return. I will give you 10% on your money. I'll give you 15% on it. Depends on the deal. That's one way. The other way is you put the money and then I found the deal, I'm going to do the work, and we're going to split 50-50 or 60-40 or something. That's an equity part where they're going to participate in the gain. In the beginning, maybe try to be generous and give them some equity. As you get better and you attract more people, just pay them a fixed interest and keep the upside for yourself. So you're giving them some good returns and you're growing. So you get to the bigger deals and you have more people with you. It's like instead of eating a small cake, you make a big pie and everybody gets part of the pie. Instead of getting a slice, you get the whole bakery.
Yeah, easy. Thank you so much, Cherif. And yeah, they don't want to actually more like go into investing again. What will be your final words to them?
If they don't want to invest again, I'd be very honest with them why we lost the money and what we learned. So now come to me because I learned from the mistake and we're going to avoid it. Don't go to somebody else who hasn't learned from the mistake yet. When you meet a problem in life, because life is force and counter force. Like you're trying to move forward, but there is always resistance. You can go around it, you can avoid it, you can solve it, but you know how to succeed. Turn it to your advantage. If I am swimming this way and the current is this way, I'm going to say, you know what? Let me swim with the current. I will go faster. I'm not going to try to fight it and waste my energy, as long as I'm going in the right direction, of course. But sometimes I have a problem and I sit and I tell myself, this is the best thing that happened to me. And it's like my brain is saying, what are you talking about? This is a big problem. No, this is the best thing that happened to me. All of a sudden, my mind starting to think creatively. You know what? They don't want me to do it this way. I'm going to do something smaller. I'm going to do something across the street. I'm going to invest with this other person. So when we lose in a deal, we can go back to the investors and say, this is what we did honestly. This is what happened with the market. I'm not giving you excuses. It's a situation. It's not bad thinking. It's not my mindset. It's an unusual situation. The interest rate changed. The war started. The market changed. We learned this lesson. So here is the next deal where we're going to be more cautious because we learned our lesson. You can come back with me and we are more careful, or you can go and start with somebody else who has not learned a good lesson yet.
Such a trust me, they're going to trust you more, being that yes, you have actually learned from the mistake. And also sometimes problem are workloads. The opportunity workloads and having to kind of see the problem and working on it. Yeah, just to make you more cautious and really lovely. Thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you.
So, Cherry, for my audience who wants to learn more from you, who want to reach out, how can they reach out and where's the best platform?
They can look. I have a lot of free videos of training on YouTube. Okay, I have 3,500 videos of training.
Ooh,
1,000 of them are success stories. Yeah, I have 13,000, 14,000 followers, something like this. So they can go to sherifmedawar.com, and the spelling is C like Charlie, H like Henry, E like Edward, R like Robert, I international, F Frank. Last name Medawar, Mary, E Edward, D Diane, A Adam, U William, A Adam, R Robert.com. Sherifmedawar.com. Or they can actually go on there is a website I have, CM, which is Cherif Medawar, like CMREI, real estate investing. CMREI.com. They'll see a lot of information. I talk about a lot of trainings, how to find commercial buildings, how to assess the values, how to do buy properties with little money, etc., etc. Of course, a lot of it is on the Canadian and American and European system. But let me tell you, I have people from all over that tell me that they read and they applied in Australia. And, as a gentleman that, want to help everybody that can, I try to give these videos free so people can learn, because I know how hard it was from the beginning for me to know things and learn.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jerry. Yeah, thank you. So definitely the link to your website is going to be on the show notes for my audience to easily reach out. Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your expertise on investment, on investing, structure, and building wealth strategically. For our listener who wants to learn more about Cherif, mentorship, and real estate strategy, check out the show notes for the link to his website. This has been the Making of Me podcast, and it's really a pleasure and honor to have you on the show, Cherif.
Thank you so much. Thank you.